SAFC Fan TV, I'm Shaun Middleton, and today I'm in the town centre where it's Sunderland's third league game of the season. And unfortunately, as we all know, due to the coronavirus and the worldwide pandemic, all the games have been played behind closed doors. But the game today between Sunderland and Peterborough United has just finished, and thankfully the game ended Sunderland 1, Peterborough United 0. And now I'll be getting the fans' reactions as they leave the pubs in the town centre. Could you please like, share, comment to our channel? That'd be very much appreciated. And could you also subscribe to our channel? We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And without yous, we couldn't do it. So please subscribe to our channel. It's absolutely free. Thanks for your time. SAFC Fan TV, I'm Shaun Middleton with Jack Shields. Jack, obviously we've won the game 1-0, third game in. There wasn't much in the game, to be fair. It was pretty poor by Sunderland, but it's 3 points, clean sheet. Can we take the positives?
Yeah, of course. 7 points out of 9 the first 3 games of the season. You'd take that, wouldn't you? I mean, I think everyone looked at the fixtures and thought we've got a bit of a tricky start, you know, bar Bristol Rovers at home. You're looking at the next 3 after that. We've had Oxford, we've had Peterborough and then Charlton next week, and it was a tough, tricky start, but 7 points out the opening 9. I think everyone's happy with that.
I mean, I thought they were the better side. The pace seemed to frighten me, like they just seemed to overrun us all the time. I was thinking that it's only a matter of time before they score. Thankfully they didn't, right? But I was beginning to think they were going to score. Like,
I would say, I know what you're saying. I think it was fairly even. I thought it wasn't a great deal in the game. I've just said to you before, and let's be honest, it wasn't the best of games. That game's not going to live long in the memory. It was fairly poor. There wasn't many shots, there wasn't many chances, and it was always that type of game that was going to be tight and cagey, and one mistake or one bit of brilliance was going to win it. And fortunately for us, it was their mistake. You know, they've ballsed up with a penalty, and we've got the chance. Grant sticks it away, and we get the 1-0 win. Do we deserve it on the basis of 90 minutes? You say no. I would probably say we're a bit lucky. I thought fairly even. There wasn't much to choose, but those are the games that we haven't. The last couple of seasons that we've been in League One, we haven't won them. We've been dropping points, and usually them type of games that are tight, there's not much in it, we draw, and if you want to win, you want to get promotion, the tight games at home, you need to be turning them into wins, and thankfully today we've done it, so no complaints from me. We've turned it into a win. It's a good win, really.
Well, he made 3 changes, Jack. I think Charlie White coming in raised a few eyebrows. That's the 3rd game in a row he's changed his strikers. Do you think that's a sign of a manager what's not sure who his number 1 striker is?
Exactly, I think it's trial and error a little bit at the minute, which is a little bit of a worry. I mean, I suppose there's been uncertainty in with the teams, and you know the transfer window's still open, so we might get a few different players coming in. So it's a bit trial and error at the minute. I mean, I don't think Parkinson does know his best team, but he keeps getting the results, and that's the main thing. You know, people criticise him going into the games. They say, "Oh, I think today Pete was surprised that he started," and 1 or 2 have said, "Why scoring, not playing more regularly," and things like that. But he can answer them back by saying, "I've gotten 7 points out of 9. We've got 2 wins and a draw." You know what I mean? So bollocks to all the sorry for my language, but balls to all the people that are kind of having a go at us. I'm getting results, so there we go.
I mean, obviously, for me, the Charlton game next week, it's a massive game. That, and I mean, our friendly, I see rivals down Wembley. I think they'll be in the top 6. I would imagine they'll be in the top 6. I think that's going to be a massive test next Saturday.
I mean, Charlton have been our bogey team for years, haven't they? You're talking about playoff defeats, and then the 3 own goals at the stadium like that time. We've got a terrible record against them. They've been taken over as well, haven't they, the last few weeks? So I think, so the last couple of days, sorry, not the last couple of weeks, they've been taken over. So I think they'll be on a little bit of a high. I'm going to be honest, if you offered us a point now down Charlton, I think I would have that. I would take a draw down there if we can get something down there. It is a big game, but I think, sorry, looking on the negative side, if the worst comes to worst and we did lose the game, I think the 7 out of 9 points, the decent start we've done, I think might let us have that loss. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Not that I'm saying we should be going down there not to get a result, but I don't think it would be too disastrous if we did lose because of the decent start we've made. But like you say, yeah, I think we'll take a point down there. I certainly would anyway.
Obviously, I'm trying to be positive all the time, but he's not really giving any of the youngsters a chance, Jack. I mean, like your Dan Nails and your Brandon Taylors, and I know the young lads has been injured, the defender. What's he called again? I'm forgetting his name. It's gone. The defender that he's just getting. Morgan Feeney. He's out for 4 months. I mean, is it a bit worrying that he's not giving the youngsters a chance?
I get why Sunderland fans want the youngsters to be brought forward, but I think sometimes there's a bit of a clamour to bring them in even though they're not good enough, just because they're young lads and they're representing the local area and everything. Now, I'm not saying they aren't good enough, but I have to trust them. If they don't think they're better than what we've got at the minute, then we'll have to trust their judgment. I know a lot of Sunderland fans want the young players to be playing because, as I said, they come through the academy. It's a good sign. If we want to move them on and develop them and sell them in the future, we might get big money for them. I get it. I do get it, and they're passionate and 100% as every week, whereas some of the players you're bringing in from other clubs and parts of the country or wherever you bring them in, they might not have that same passion that the young lads have, but you have to trust their judgment. If they're watching them week in, week out and they don't think they're quite up to it, we'll have to take it from what they're saying. So I think some of them sometimes we do kind of overinflate how good they are just because they're young lads. Now, I don't know, I think we've got to trust them at the minute. I mean, I'm not sure they're quite up to regularly playing.
Quickly, Jack, man the match.
Don't know, go Grant Levitt because he got the goal. I don't know, but give it to Grant, he scored the penalty and got the goal. I mean, I thought it was solid at the back. We kept a clean sheet, so maybe give it one of the defenders, Bailey Wright, something like that. I don't know.
2021, will Sunderland be playing Championship football?
Be positive, yes, why not?
Thanks for your time, Jack.
Cheers.
As always, a pleasure. Sunderland 1, Peterborough United 0 with Kieran. Kieran, obviously we've won the game and it's another clean sheet. It wasn't a great game, but I mean, going to the Charlton game, it's a bit of it's a confident booster for me, like.
I mean, it's a confident booster, but like when you look at the team selection, it was poor. Like Lee Bird shouldn't be in goal for me. Charlie White shouldn't be up front for me as well. Aidan O'Brien is double the player that Charlie White is in terms of holding the ball up and everything like that. But I mean, 3 points are 3 points, like so.
He made 3 changes. I was surprised with Aidan O'Brien. He played great against Hull, but he hasn't really shown that sort of skill and emphasis when he did it in that game. And
I mean, when in terms of holding the ball up, I mean, we've watched Charlie White for 2 seasons. We've seen Charlie White now for 2 seasons. In terms of holding the ball up, he's absolutely terrible. Aidan O'Brien comes on. And he honestly, he's double the player. Like he gives you so much more for the team in terms of holding the ball up, getting in the positions that you need to get in. Like I said, he's double the player that Charlie White is, in my opinion. Like,
what do you think are the main problems in the team? I mean, we're keeping clean sheets, but we're not creating many chances. Why do you think the problem? Whose faults? Who's at fault for that? For the strikers not getting any creativity at all?
You know what it is? I said to my dad today, right, when you look at that team today, and I know loads of Sunderland fans have gone on about it, but Marcus Maddison would walk into that team today. In terms of a free transfer, he would walk into it, and that's the creativity that you need. You know what I mean? You're looking at the centre mid, so you're at Scowen, who he's good at winning the ball back, but his deliveries today were poor. Grant Leadbitter, he's getting on. Like I said, I love Grant. I love Grant Leadbitter. I'm over the moon he scored today.
Gooch playing 2D.
Gooch hasn't got us, as far as I'm concerned. He might do a job as a squad player in the next league, but he can't do it at the minute. But Marcus Maddison's on a free, and that's the creativity that you need in midfield. Simple as that, like.
Why do you think we're not getting Marcus Maddison?
You know what it is? There's got to be something wrong. He's been released by Hull, but no, he hasn't been signed by Hull. Peterborough let him go. There's got to be something wrong with him. It's got to be, Anna. It's got to be attitude. The talent's clearly there. He's got the talent, like I said, probably lacking, but there's got to be something wrong that we're not seeing behind the scenes. Like, got to be.
I mean, Philip Parkinson's faced a lot of criticism, but to be fair, he's 2 games in a row. He's made the decisions and we've won the game, so you can't really argue with it, can you?
You know what? He's made he's made poor squad choices. We've got a better squad than a lot of teams in this league. If you'd asked me if I'd have taken these points at the beginning of the season from the starting, you know, I would have. I probably would have, but. Like I said today, you're looking at us, Charlie White starting over O'Brien. I wouldn't have done that in a million years. Like, I really wouldn't have. Even against the game against Oxford, if he didn't do now, I wouldn't have done that. The keeper, I wouldn't have done that either. You've got to give him time though. It's a new squad. It's a fresh season, especially with COVID going on. You cannot really. It's all over the place at the minute. But give him time. Give him till February, March, see where we are, and see where we're going from there.
Do you think, obviously, if we go down Charlton next week, and we win that game, it sort of sends a statement out, well, not to the rivals, but also the fans to say, well, this year we can get promoted this year.
You look at the results today. I tell you what, the results have went good for us today. Blackpool, I think Blackpool Portsmouth got beat. So
performance is not good. Like
no, the performances aren't good, but I tell you what, you don't need performances. Don't get you promoted. Like simple as that. It's the result. Like, but it's a matter of how long you can keep them going for. Like I've said, right. I know I've mentioned the keeper like 3 times now, but he made some dodgy saves today, and eventually that's going to bite you on the arse. Like it honestly is. So, I mean, we've seen it many times. We've had some dodgy keepers in the past. You know what I mean?
In the championship.
I'm not talking about Lee Camp and Jason Steele, like, but we've had some dodgy keepers. Like, I mean, even fucking Calvin Davies, like, but.
Right, quickly, mate, man of the match.
Man of the match.
the ref.
The ref. Oh, Grant Ledbetter.
Thanks for your time, mate. Have a good night. Right, take care. Cheers, love. All right, I'm in the town centre. Sunderland just won the game 1-0. Connor, great result for me. It wasn't a great performance, but Parkinson, what your feelings on Phil Parkinson?
Well, he's getting the last 2 games right. End of the day, Ledbetter scored today. All you can ask for is results. A win's a win. You know what I mean? End of the day, you've got to, it doesn't matter how you win a game. A win's a win. Bit nitty gritty, but a win's a win. Yep. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, what do you think of the game?
Well, I thought it was pretty poor, but when you look at it, I mean, the first 3 games in, I mean, he's 7 points. You've got to see that's a really good start.
I'm happy with 7 points, me. All that matters to me is the future of the Sunderland Football Club. We need to rise again. Us in the Barclays Prem, you know what I mean? We've got to rise again. But anyway, it was nice having an interview with you, but I'm going to go because I need a pint.
Cheers, Connor. Thanks for your time. 2 games in a row, Sunderland have won and 2 clean sheets. Joe, what do you make of the game, mate?
Rubbish.
Face that way, mate. Face that way.
Right, I don't know what to say now. Like, no, yes, me comments on the game today. Like, the first half, I thought we were rubbish. The second half, I thought we were rubbish. We scored a lucky penalty, I thought.
Lucky penalty.
Aye.
Any positives at the game? Do you think there was any positives? I mean, it was a pretty poor game, but it's 3 points. Is there anything in the game I thought?
3 points at the end of the day, like, but I think, like, and I don't know. I've seen some good Sunderland teams. I've seen some good bad teams. Today, we've got a manager there, and he doesn't know when, how, and when to change it. I don't know where I'm looking at. Like,
that's a comment out. Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
I don't know. It's just my. I've had a few beers a day, like.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Is there a lot of people said that, Joe, about Parkinson? He divides the fans' opinions. He does make subs very late. Me and Michael Bowser said that quite a lot on the channel, and said that he makes subs very late. And although we've been winning games and now we're scored later day, he needs to make this. If things are not working, he needs to change it earlier.
Well, that's my opinion of him. Yeah. He doesn't know how and when to change a team.
Yeah. But 2 wins in a row is better than no wins in a row, and it's as simple as that. A win's a win.
Right.
Starman, Joe.
Oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You can't tell off like I'm watching football. I cannot watch football the way it is today. There's no fans there. There's no reaction there. I just cannot watch it. I just cannot watch it.
Different.
Thanks for your time, lads. All right. Cheers. Thank you, Joe. Have a good night, mate. All right. Stay. All right. I'm in the town centre. I'm with Steve. Steve, 3rd game in. Sunderland have won 1-0 against Peterborough United. What's your makings of the game, mate?
Very poor, to be honest. Not very attacking. Defensively, very poor. I think he needs to probably get a proper centre forward who can score goals. We win in games, we're not destroying teams, to be fair.
That's the 3rd game in the run now, Steve. He's changed the strikers. He's changed Grigg after the first game. He changed Danny Graham. He's already brought White into the day. That's a manager, a sign of a manager. What's not sure about his strike force.
I don't think he's got anybody that can score goals. Like a Phillips who can score you probably 20 odd goals plus. They might pinch 4 goals, 5 goals in a season, which is not good enough.
What do you think? I mean, the 3 games in now with service lacking to the strikers. there's not much service getting the strikers. That's my issue. Is that the manager, or is it because we haven't got the midfielders to get the ball to the strikers?
I think the wingers are banging the ball in, but they haven't got a Quinn and knock it down to Phillips.
Yeah.
You've got like Gooch, who's only 5'8", which he's never going to win a header in his life. So they're banging the ball in. I think these tactics are all wrong, to be
I was
honest.
about to say, is the manager's instructions, is that because we're sort of playing a negative style of football, the strikers are not getting many opportunities to score the goals?
I just don't think it. To be fair, I don't think it'll go up this year.
Yeah.
No. Don't think it'll go up.
On what basis? When you think they'll go up? Face that way, mate?
Because they're not scoring enough goals.
That's basically what you're going off. We haven't got the strikers to get in the top two. We haven't got the strikers to get them goals.
But to be fair, they're fourth in the league, and I think they've scored 8 goals in 4 games, which is not good, is it really?
Yeah. So you're not confident at all.
Not confident. No.
Right. Thanks for your time, mate.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Right, cheers, pal.
much.
Cheers.